My name is Ryo Chiba. I am a third year at Kasei High School. I am average height, average grades, and I own exactly one interesting fact about myself. I am secretly dating the most terrifying girl in the entire prefecture.
Ryo! You burned the eggs!
I looked at the pan. The eggs were, in fact, very burned. Those are caramelized.
They're black!
Deeply caramelized.
Ryo!
Yuki. She was sitting on the kitchen counter in her oversized sleep shirt, hair still messy, glaring at the pan with the kind of cold, withering intensity that had reportedly made a gang leader from the East District cry actual tears last spring. Right now, it was aimed at eggs. I'll make new ones.
Obviously you'll make new ones.
She hopped off the counter, grabbed the pan, dumped the eggs in the trash, and handed it back to me. Then she leaned against the counter and crossed her arms and watched me with those sharp eyes like she was supervising a military operation. She really is terrifying, even in a sleep shirt with a cartoon bear on it.
Stop looking at my shirt.
I wasn't.
You were thinking something about it.
I was thinking you look cute.
Make the eggs, Ryo.
Okay, some context. Her name is Yuki Asano. At school, she is the president of the Student Disciplinary Committee, which sounds boring until you understand that at Kasei High, the disciplinary committee is less a school body and more a small empire. Yuki built it from 4 members to 32 in under a year. She rewrote the committee charter. She once suspended a teacher's club activities for violating noise ordinance rules, and the teacher apologized to her. People in the hallways move when they hear her coming. She has this way of looking at people that makes grown boys forget their own names. I have known her since we were 8 years old, and she threw a dodgeball at my face at full force, and then crouched down to where I was lying on the ground and said, very seriously,
You were in my target zone.
We've been best friends since then. Officially dating since 6 months ago. Unofficially, I think, for much longer than that. The secret is not because she's embarrassed of me. I want to be clear about that. It's because, and she explained this to me very carefully over convenience store onigiri the night we got together.
If the committee members find out I am dating someone, every decision I make will get filtered through that. Did I go easy on him because you are my boyfriend? Am I distracted? The committee depends on people believing she is completely objective, completely unaffected, completely untouchable. So, we keep it quiet.
For how long?
Until I figure out a graceful exit.
A graceful exit from what? The secret? Or from me?
From the secret, obviously. Don't be dramatic.
That was 6 months ago.
These eggs are better.
Thank you.
Still, not as good as mine.
You don't cook.
If I cooked, they would be better.
Theoretical eggs. She's bragging about theoretical eggs. I sat across from her at the table we'd eaten at approximately 300 times, in the apartment we'd been sharing for 2 months, an arrangement her older sister helped set up after Yuki's commute to school hit 90 minutes each way, and my family's place had the empty second room. Our parents knew, our siblings knew, approximately 0 people at Kasei High knew. It was a lot of logistics for a relationship, honestly.
You're quiet.
I'm always quiet.
You're differently quiet. You have a thinking face right now.
This is just my face.
Ryo!
What? I looked at her across the table. Morning light, messy hair, cartoon bear shirt, and she was claiming theoretical superiority over. How does anyone see this person and feel afraid of her?
Nothing. I'm good.
She watched me for 3 more seconds. The full Asano threat assessment, I called it privately.
You have 20 minutes before we have to leave.
I know.
Don't make that face the whole walk.
What face?
The soft one. Someone will see.
The thing about walking to school with Yuki is that it requires a system. We leave the apartment together, we take the same route. But we do not walk next to each other once we hit the main road. She walks ahead by about 15 meters, I follow, and to any outside observer we are simply 2 students from the same general direction who happen to arrive around the same time. It is a deeply stupid system. I helped design it. I resent it constantly.
Asano-san.
We'd barely made it to the school gate when 3 first-year students materialized, practically trembling, bowing in Yuki's direction.
We finished the report you asked for on the vending machine contract irregularities.
Yuki took it without looking at any of them, flipped it open, scanned 3 pages in about 15 seconds, closed it.
The third section is incomplete. The cost comparison only goes back 2 years. I need 5. Redo it. Yes, Asano-san, right away.
They scattered. I was 4 steps behind her, watching this, thinking, that's the girl who last night made me check under the bed for spiders because she, quote, sensed something. I had checked. There was nothing. She'd made me check twice. Lunch was the one time during school I got to exist near Yuki without maintaining the 15-meter system, because we'd established early on that eating together in the rooftop corner was, plausibly, just 2 people who happened to pick the same quiet spot. I got there first. She arrived 3 minutes later, dropped her bento on the bench beside me, and immediately opened it and frowned. What's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it.
Then why the face?
I'm not making a face.
Yuki, you are making a very specific face.
I'm appreciating it.
She's appreciating it.
The tamagoyaki is a good shape today.
She said it like she was reviewing a document, and then she took a bite, and her shoulders dropped about 2 centimeters, and her eyes did that thing where they got less sharp for a moment. That 2 centimeters was everything. I'd learned to read the millimeters of Yuki Asano. Okay, good?
Acceptable.
I made it better today because you complained last time.
I didn't complain.
You said, and I quote, the sweetness distribution is uneven.
That was constructive feedback.
Yuki, is everything okay? Handling it how?
Thank you, Rio.
I hid my smile in my water bottle. It was 4 p.m. when my phone buzzed. I stared at that last message. Stop asking questions from Yuki meant one of 2 things. Either it was routine and she was busy, or it wasn't routine and she didn't want me to worry. I knew which one this was because she'd sent 3 texts instead of 1. When Yuki is fine, she sends 1 text. I found them behind the sports equipment building, which was either the worst or most predictable location for something like this. 5 guys who looked like they were in their 20s, 3 disciplinary committee members pressed against the wall looking terrified, and Yuki, standing in the middle of the path, completely still.
I'm going to say this once.
She was saying as I came around the corner. Her voice was the same as always, level, unhurried, not loud, just somehow impossible to not hear.
These students are under Kasei-Hi's committee jurisdiction. Whatever grievance you have, it ends here.
Under whose authority?
Mine. Would you like a demonstration?
Oh no, I thought. Because I had seen what Yuki's demonstrations looked like, and I had a feeling these 5 had not. I also thought, she's 3 people by herself, and she came back here alone. I stepped into the path. Sorry I'm late. Everyone turned. The committee members looked relieved. The 5 guys assessed me and visibly relaxed, which, fair. Yuki turned last. Her expression did not change. Not 1 millimeter of it changed. But I had been reading the millimeters of Yuki Asano for years, and what I saw in the 2 seconds she looked at me was not irritation, not surprise. It was relief. Quickly, thoroughly hidden, but it was there.
Chiba, you're late.
Traffic.
There's no traffic. You walked.
Pedestrian traffic.
Who's this?
A
Nobody.
friend. We looked at each other for 1 second.
A friend. Who is also asking you to leave.
Yeah? And if we don't?
What happened next was both very fast and very clear. Yuki moved, not much, just shifted her weight and redirected his momentum using approximately none of her visible effort. And he stumbled forward into empty air and had to catch himself on the wall. She was already back in her original position by the time he straightened up.
Option 2 is also available.
They left, all 5 of them, quickly and without making eye contact. The committee members went back inside. Yuki and I stood behind the equipment building in the blue late afternoon shadow, and for a moment, neither of us said anything.
I didn't need you to come.
I know.
I had it handled.
You had it completely handled.
So you didn't have to.
Yuki, I know you had it. I know you didn't need me. I came because I wanted to be here, okay? Those are different things. She was looking somewhere past my left shoulder. Her jaw had that tight set it got when she was processing something she didn't want to show. You sent 3 texts.
I send 3 texts all the time.
You send 1 text. You are a 1-text person. You sent 3. You were stressed.
I was managing a situation.
Yuki.
Rio,
It's me. You don't have to manage in front of me. Something in her face shifted. Small, careful, like a window opening just a crack. She turned and looked at me directly, and she had her committee face on, the controlled one, but underneath it was something else.
they were bigger than I expected. I wasn't scared. I want to be clear about that.
I know you weren't.
But I was calculating how long it would take, whether I could get the 3 of them out before. I hate that.
Hate what?
Having to calculate. I don't like feeling like I have to do the math.
I had never heard her say anything like this out loud before. In 2 years of being her person, in 6 months of being official, in 300 shared breakfasts, I had seen the relief in the 2-centimeter shoulder drop. I had read the 3-text stress signal, but I had never heard her say, I hate that, about something that made her feel small. Hey, you're allowed to hate it. You're allowed to hate that you had to do the math alone. That's not a weakness. That's just true.
You're going to be annoying about this, aren't you?
Probably a little bit.
You're going to make something comforting for dinner and not mention this conversation, but it'll obviously be because of this conversation.
Tonkatsu. I already had it planned.
Ridiculous.
A little bit. She started walking. I fell into step beside her, not 15 meters behind, just beside, because we were behind the equipment building and there was nobody to see.
Rio, thank you for coming.
Always. She didn't answer. But she slowed her walk by exactly half a step, so we were perfectly side by side, and she stayed there the whole way around the building. We got home at 6. She changed out of her uniform and came back to the kitchen in the cartoon bear shirt, and sat on the counter while I cooked, which was her spot, which she had claimed without discussion in approximately the first week.
The committee members saw us.
I know.
Suzuki asked me afterward if you were my boyfriend.
What did you say?
I said you were a close associate.
A close associate.
It was the most accurate thing I could come up with quickly.
Yuki, I have been making your bento for 3 months. I don't think close associate covers it.
It's a broad category.
I checked under your bed for spiders last Tuesday.
That was a special circumstance.
You made me do it twice.
Rio?
I'm just saying that if Suzuki asks again, you could just tell her. I laid the first cutlet in, and it hissed.
I've been thinking about the timeline.
The graceful exit timeline.
I think the committee is stable enough now. It was built to run without me being untouchable. That was the whole point. So maybe the reason I'm still keeping it secret isn't actually the committee anymore.
I turned around. She was looking at her hands. What is it then?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not good at things being seen, things that are mine. The committee is everyone's. My reputation is everyone's. Those are easy because they're not actually mine. But
Yuki.
You're actually mine. And that's different. And it scares me.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay. It scares you. And?
What do you mean, and?
I mean it scares you. That's allowed. And?
You're not going to say anything else?
What do you want me to say?
Something, I don't know, something.
Yuki, you are the most frightening person I have ever met. You made a teacher apologize to you. You do not feel fear. And you just told me that I scare you because you don't want to lose me. I think that's the best thing anyone has ever said to me. Also, the cutlet is going to burn.
Then go flip it.
I'm having a moment here.
You can have a moment and flip the cutlet.
I laughed, actually laughed, and turned back to the stove. Behind me, I heard her exhale, long and slow, like she'd been holding something in for a while.
I'm going to tell Suzuki tomorrow.
Yeah?
That you're my boyfriend.
Huge step.
Don't be smug.
I'm not being smug.
You're being smug internally.
I would never.
Rio! The tamayaki really was good this morning.
I turned around. She was looking at the counter again, very deliberately not looking at me. Uneven sweetness distribution and all.
Don't push it.
Yes, ma'am. I turned back to the stove. I am the luckiest average person alive. Truly, statistically, the luckiest.